Welcome. Let's talk about Showit design settings. I'm going to have you go over to the left-hand side under Site tab, and you'll see design settings right here. Second one down. This is where we want you to be. It's going to typically open to your site style, but I want to start you on fonts. So your site's going to have active fonts. These are the fonts that you want to use on your site. Setting these active fonts are just going to make your life so much easier. So go ahead and upload the fonts you want. They have Google Fonts, any of which you can imagine within here. This scrolls on for days. You can go ahead and select any of those. Note that if you do select like Lato, I already have Lato Bold, Light, and Normal. You can select to add thin italic, bold, heavy, etc. You can add those over here. If you add that Google font, it's going to pop up into your active fonts. But if you notice, we have Impressionist, which is not a Google font. It is a custom font that we have purchased the license to. You can upload those custom fonts right here just by following these instructions. It's going to take you to Font Squirrel to upload that download. And then it will convert that download into a WOFF format. You will upload that file into your media library, and then you will be able to select it from here. We have a bunch of custom fonts, but the one I want is down here, and then you will, of course, put the name of that font here. It is required for you to name the font. And then you will select, I own a license. If you own the license, make sure that you are owning your license to your custom fonts if you're adding it to your site. They do site audits, and we know some people who have gotten fined for that. So make sure that you do own the licensing for that font. So once you have your active fonts selected, let's head over to your site style tab. Up first, you're going to have your color palette. This is going to hold all the colors that you're using throughout your site. You can hold up to 8 colors, and you can customize each one just by clicking, pasting that hex code. If you do not know the hex code, there are these little guys that you can slide and find the color that you're looking for. Up next, we have your type styles. This is where that active fonts part of this is going to come in. You're going to notice you have a mobile preview and a desktop preview. That's because you can completely customize your mobile view on Showit, setting up your text boxes how you want them on the site is going to make designing your site so much easier. So, for example, title, we have the font size 60 for desktop, but on mobile, 60 would be really big. We have it set to 45. You can customize it to be a completely different font than desktop if you want. Like I said, Showit's mobile is completely customizable. But each one, title, heading, subheading, and paragraph all have separate settings. So when you use those text box on the site, you're not having to edit them each time. You can definitely customize them while you are building the site. You do not need to stick to these settings. They are easily customizable within that canvas that you are working on. But on that note, this area, the design settings, will update everywhere you've used, for example, this title on the site. So if you made this font size, you're like, oh, that's not big enough. I want it 120. If you hit save, wherever we have used this title box on the site, it will automatically update that title box. It's really great if you're doing a total site overhaul. You've designed the site, you realize that the font is not big enough, you don't want to edit it on every single canvas. You can go ahead and customize it within the design settings and edit it across the board. Same goes for your color palette. So number 1, if you notice on my text boxes, they are number 1. So if I change this color to red and hit OK and save, everywhere that I have used these text boxes, which is the whole site, the text box will update. So this is a really great place to make big changes on the site, but if you're customizing individual text boxes, this is not the place you want to do it. That is it for your design settings. Go ahead and check out our other videos for more tutorials on Showit.